Today, bringing the best gun complaints on the interwebs.
That is correct.
What are we doing today?
Well, today we're doing operator headspace.
Seems
Correct?
appropriate, yes.
That is correct. Operator headspace is when you have a problem with the gun, but it's not with the gun, it's with the headspace between these and the owner.
Correct.
Now, several examples of operator headspace are: you sell a guy a shotgun like this and tell him it holds 6 shells. So he goes home, he loads it up, it only holds 3. He comes back mad as hell. You told me this gun holds 6 shells. Did you take the plug out? What? What plug? The plug in the magazine that plugs the gun. Did you read your instruction manual? No.
Yeah. Yeah, most of these operator headspace type arrangement, they will happen with people not reading the instruction manual.
That is correct.
And it happens mostly with people that are new owners of firearms, not used to it. But what are a few more?
Anytime you buy a new firearm, especially a new gun, look in the box. Take the gun out of the box. Now, if you dig deep enough in the box,
oh my God,
you will find an instruction and safety manual that comes with the gun.
It's not written in Greek, it's English.
No, it's written in English, some foreign languages, but always in English. You'd be surprised what you can learn reading this book.
What a foreign concept.
Yes. Strange to some folks.
Strange. You have to be able to read.
Now, if you buy a used firearm and you don't have a manual, you can contact the manufacturer and they will be more than happy to send you one.
Most of the manufacturers' websites will have downloadable PDF versions of the manual for most of their popular models. And I know Glock is one of them because all that stuff's basically the same.
Here is another example. A fella comes in with a Glock. I took this Glock, I bought it from y'all with a box of ammo, took it to the range. It won't even chamber around. It won't chamber. Did he bother to ask the range staff if they could help him? No. This is what he had. 17 rounds of 9mm loaded in the magazine backwards. The gun is not designed to shoot bullets, to chamber the rim, it's designed to chamber the point. This is another example. Why didn't he ask a range staff? Why didn't he ask somebody on the range? Can you tell me what's going on here?
Or, why didn't he just read the manual?
Why didn't he just read the manual?
Yep.
Because he didn't want to take the time.
That's it.
Now, I sold a woman a revolver one day. This is a Smith & Wesson. She didn't buy a Smith, but I'm going to use this as an example. She buys a revolver. I show her how to load the gun. We did all that, showed her how to unload it. I showed her how to fire single action and how to fire double action. She takes the gun home. Comes back 2 days later, she calls me on the phone. She says, this gun won't fire. Okay. She says the hammer won't go back. When I cock the hammer, it won't go down. So she comes in the store with this gun loaded, fully loaded with a hammer back in a gun case. So when I unzipped the case, I put my thumb between the hammer and the frame to ensure that nothing could happen. Took it out back. Couldn't find a thing wrong with it. I took it and test fired it.
Sure.
She didn't know you have to pull the trigger.
Right. I mean, and that's the kind of people you deal with. I mean, just read the manual. That's the biggest gripe of this video. I mean, but if you're unfamiliar, make yourself familiar by really, reading the manual.
When you deal with a gun, with amateurs who've never shot a gun, you can take absolutely nothing for granted. Nothing.
Yep.
Who would have known if they didn't know you had to pull the trigger?
Well, we have people come in that have tried to shoot 9mm in their 40 caliber Glock or any 40 caliber pistol. We get that a lot. People, oh, well, it ain't cycling right, it ain't running right. And they've either got some 9mm Makarov or some 9mm in their 40 caliber magazine trying to run it out of their gun, and it just doesn't work.
Right. Another guy came in, bought a 45 automatic, bought a box of Federal premium ammo in a nice little see-through plastic case. Drove all the way home to Griffin. It's about 20 miles from here. Came back 2 hours later, can you show me how to open this box of ammunition?
I'll explain to
Right.
you how that
Couldn't even
works.
figure out how to get into the box of
What I'm
ammo.
saying is,
All you have to do is cut it right here, and then you have to pinch it to take the top off. Well, he had cut it right here, but he didn't know you had to pinch it.
Right.
Now, like I said, you can take nothing, absolutely nothing for granted
No,
when
you
somebody's
can't do
dealing with a
that.
gun.
No, and anybody that's got experience with guns, I mean, it's your responsibility to make sure the people around you are being safe and are well informed. I mean, don't let stupid jackleg crap like this happen. I mean, if you're at a range and you see some stuff like that going on, I mean, correct it.
Right.
And, you know, be nice about it, but correct it.
I mean, in a situation like this, if you put this in your gun and you pull the slide back and release it, you've got the primer going forward. If there's any kind of a projection, theoretically the round could fire as it's trying to be chambered.
Yeah, that's be very ugly.
People say, well, this would happen once in a million years. No. We've had this happen several times. I had one guy with a P95 Ruger, both magazines loaded fully with the rounds in it backwards, and comes in complaining there's something wrong with the gun.
Oh, yeah,
No, it's the headspace.
it is.
This distance from here to here is human headspace, and that's one you really have to worry about.
Yeah, and the nice thing about operator headspace is it's very easily correctable by rapid blows of a large mallet.
Well, if you read the manual, you can close this gap considerably by reading the instruction manual that comes with your gun.
Yep,
Simple common knowledge.
99% of it can be cleared up just by reading your dang manual. Or asking somebody that knows half of what they're talking about can help you.
That's correct. Now, there's only a few examples of operator headspace. There are legion. I could go on for hours talking
And
about
that comes down also to like the ammo mix-ups, the kitchen gunsmithing, and all of that stuff comes right down to operator headspace.
That is correct.
That's it. That's this week's gripe. Next week, the 4473 fiasco.
We're going to do the 4473 fiasco next week.
Today, bringing the best gun complaints on the interwebs. That is correct.